I've moved to French servers. Fucking hell, man. What an absolute shit show from Twitch today. Fucking hell. It's crazy, man. Like, Twitch is... I'm on literally fucking part 4 now of today. This is so bad for VODs. It's gonna be a bit of a VOD spam coming up on YouTube by the time we're finished. So that's 4 hours, 6 hours, 10... well, that's only 10 minutes when it went down again. Fucking crazy, like. And Twitch just being absolute fucking shit show. Where did I cut off then? When I was talking? Ugh. Also, if you guys can F5, that would be amazing. Skill-based, yeah. So, PlanetSide, EVE Online have it where you can pay money. PlanetSide is like where it's going, because PlanetSide, you can put an implant in your head for 90 days that gives you double XP to level up these stupid things. The same, right? And it's the same thing I think you'll see in Star Citizen if you go this route of having skills. How you doing, Twiz, as well? Welcome in. Where I guarantee they sell skill up 50% faster. Or at weekends they'll have double XP. And this is... We don't need an RPG kind of game where you have to do this shit. So I'm pretty confident in saying they're going to get huge backlash from this. Or they're going to have an emergency meeting, and the next time Jared discusses it, it's going to be where it's not as big as what we were thinking. It's going to be like where if you fly around for 10 minutes, you'll get the maximum skill level or something like that, which is fine. If they make it small, then it's cool. If they make it big, like where you've actually got to put fucking time and effort into it, it won't be good. Won't be good at all. You know? It will suck balls.
Some point, but
they did say 1% as an example, 1% improvement. Yeah, but how much do you have to get that improvement, right? And if they make it 1% improvement, why bother putting it in? You know what I mean, Doan? If it's only going to be a 1% improvement, why bother? Why bother making a system? Like, if it was where it was 5%, where you had 5 levels and each level gave you 1%, that would be fine. Or 10%, sure. Depending on how long you actually have to do it. But it's just like, if it's only 1%, why would you even consider putting it into the game? It doesn't fit SE at all, Boza. It's just silly. It's so silly. Now, fair enough, in real life, you can have it where, yeah, if you fly around, you're a better pilot. You know what I mean? You would get G tolerance and blackout tolerance and all these sort of things. But we don't need it in Star Citizen. People can do that by, oh, I'm starting to black out, I'll lessen out on my flying kind of thing, you know? It just goes crazy. And my worry is, they say 1% right now, or 5% right now, but you know what it'll be? It's like, oh, right, guys, we're starting to lose fucking backers, you know, some of our whales. Let's make it where we'll put up skill points to 20%. That will give them another 6 months worth of content of running around and swimming and fishing and fucking shitting and drinking and pooping. You know what I mean? And I said that twice, I think. And then flying and G-forces and shooting guns, every gun, throwing knives, tractor beam, skill points. Can you fucking use your bat scanner faster than somebody else and stuff? It's just, yeah. Yeah, do it through gear. Do it through gear. Make it where if you want to be able to be like a faster dogfighter pilot or take more Gs, you wear a jumpsuit that, like a flight suit that's designed to take more Gs. Or if you want to have like more armor or... But they were talking about literally having it where you, what's the word? Like, they were literally saying that you could get like resistances and stuff like that. Also, sorry for the spam if people are getting loads of emails. It's not my fault that my stream keeps going down. It's not my IP or anything like that. It's literally Twitch's servers are scuffed tonight. I trained to blackout skill. I just mindlessly spin in my... Yeah, exactly. Sure, I mean, that's how, like, that's how stupid it would get, right?
Balance around that.
We finally have it. So we're now nailing down the space combat experience for Star Citizen, specifically for Squadron 42.
Exactly.
We know from internal playtest that the master mode stuff works.
Yeah, and I don't think
it works with our flight retunings, and it's very exciting. It will yet take a while to ship this to the PU because the amount of ships you fly in Squadron 42 is rather limited, whereas in Star Citizen we have about, I don't know, more than 100 ship records at the moment. But the whole hard problem of designing this thing in the first place is over. We just need to get the numbers in now.
And all the footage you see
is rather limited, whereas in Star Citizen we have about,
look at that.
No, more than 100 ship records at the moment. But the whole hard problem of designing this thing in the first place is over. We just need to get the numbers in now.
And all the footage you've seen today is from Squadron. It's all currently playable in the game. That internally, we're playing this every day. We're still making some tweaks, but everything is there right now. It's all about the foundational kind of tweaks that we're making, and we can't wait to get it in your hands.
So thanks a lot for listening to us today. We're very, very excited to get the changes to you as soon as possible. And yeah, we'll hope to see you fighting in the verse.
I think they've done a great job. This team, the vet team, just
so to speak,
really done cool stuff. This is what I'm happy for with the dampening.
That alone gets us a lot of interesting maneuvering trying to boost backwards. That is interesting for space combat because that boost space is not spheric as it was before. You can boost the fastest if you're going forward on a straight line, and you have a lot of debuffs. You can boost the fastest if you're going forward on a straight line. And
upstrafe and downstrafe are the same G's. Upstrafe and downstrafe are the same G's in this ship.
Is not spheric as it was before.
So no more upstrafe. You can boost
the fastest if you're going forward on a straight line, and you have a lot of debuffs.
They don't have any more strong upstrafe. It's the same as going downstrafe. I wonder what left is though.
That alone gets us a lot of interesting maneuvering space and variation.
I bet you all fucking 4 axes are the same, and I guarantee you go super fast forward. I literally said this shit, right? They need to make it where afterburner doesn't affect maneuvering thrusters up and down. You go fast as fuck forward, and then it takes ages to slow down, and then it takes ages to go backwards, man. Plot twist, TDLs. Dude, right? I don't speak to the guys very often. You know, it's like maybe once or twice a month or something like that, right? I've not spoken to them in ages with all the team. Everything I said this week, with what is happening with this fucking system, they've shown tonight and talked about tonight. And I had people in the channel going, nah, they won't do this. They won't do this shit. And they are. They are. Because again, every time I give like an example of what would be great in this game for play, I'm not doing it for my benefit. I'm doing it for everyone's benefit. Not so I just shit on people left, right, and center. I do it because it makes sense. It's the same where I'm now talking about where we want to have short-range weapons. Having people move around really slow and then have it where you've got beaming weapons at 1400 range, like with repeaters, doesn't work anymore in this system. So I would imagine that CIG are going to change size 1 to 3 weapon systems on a fighter where it's going to be half the range, and when it's on a turret, it's going to be double the range. Or it'll be the same range as it is just now. But when you put it on a fixed system, it's going to be nerfed. I guarantee, I've not spoken to them on this, but I guarantee you this is how it's going to go. Because again, you can't have slow speeds and 1400 range beaming weapons on a pilot. If you have it on a turret, that's fair enough to defend you and stuff. But you might see it where the turret has more range and less damage. It'll have like a nerf in damage, but more shots, less damage, more range kind of thing. And this is going to make the game so sick. And people don't realize how sick it's going to be.
Dogfight maneuvering.
And I guarantee you a lot of sweats are fucking crying right now on their Discords.
The idea
and good,
is that
because they're now going to have to think instead of doing shitty things.
Is quantum control.
How will it affect the car to all? The same as the car to alls just now did. The difference is, instead of having super high up thrust, which makes no sense on the Cartol, it will move in every direction at the same speed. So instead of, the Cartol will not have high speed forward and high speed up, it will have whatever speed they decide to go forward will be like its maximum speed. Going backwards is going to be less, because again, the idea with it is, as you've got the gimbling thrusters, they don't gimbal to face backwards, if anybody's ever seen them. It's all a placebo effect. They are gimbaled thrusters, but they don't actually go all four of them face that way, all four of them face that way, all four of them face where you go backwards, all four of them face forwards. They gimbal. So you're always going to have a negative effect whichever direction you go in. If you're going forward, you're going to get maximum speed, right? But when you're going to the side, you can only have them like flicker in one direction. So you'd only have two that would propel you in that direction. The other ones would be clamped a little bit, okay? So they just make it where up, down, left, right is the same on every ship. So there would be no difference. The difference is Carthol might just have a little bit mobility. But again, if anybody knows about the Cartol, it's not exactly the fucking hardest ship to hit in combat. And if anybody's only going 300 meters a second, it means that you're going to have to outsmart somebody really, really hard. Arrows, Gladius, Talons, fucking Cartol are massively spankable right now, because again, your Hornets are going to be tankier, more damage output on them, because obviously they can carry more weapons and stuff. But it also means that Saber might be a valid ship now. Because as people slow down, you can't fucking tricord. And this is the biggest thing that to get across people is, you can't tricord to do the cheese that we have in the game right now. And right now, light fighters in general can tricord to their heart's content, and they do stupid shit. And now when you take away that stuff, you're going to have to, like I said, joust, merge, either vertical or horizontal, and then engage in actual fucking mind play combat. How to get your guys. So while somebody's chasing you, you're going to have to slow down and maybe carve where they over the step the mark and you bring in behind as you're doing it. Or if you're behind somebody and they throw you off, you want to make sure you're not too close whilst you're firing, so that if they turn fast, you don't do a wide angle. Now the meta is who knows how to cheese more. No, it's not. There is going to be no cheese. There is no cheese. Because again, cheese in this game right now, Bosa, is tricording, G braking, so breaking the effect of G maneuvers, and afterburner privileges, right? But what if we like cheese? Then that's fine. Get whatever cheese you want, just not getting it in Star Citizen. Cheese is only good for eating. Exactly, you know? I meant currently. Now the meta's, yeah, exactly. The meta for the next 6 months is going to be how we have it in Star Citizen. That's not going to change. But again, we don't get Pyro, we don't get any of the systems that they've shown off tonight until 4.0. Which means that we'll get new flight system, new location, new missions, Batman mode, all these things. You're going to have so much to do that you're going to have to prioritize where you go with certain things. You know? And it's dope. It really, really is dope.
Mode,
and again, I just don't think enough people realize what they've said
What this
tonight.
mode does is it unlocks your maximum velocity that your ship can reach. So when you were limited before to 200 to 300
I also guarantee you most content creators
1200, 1400
who do PvP won't understand a fucking word that's been said as well.
The Quantum Mode, we realised we needed something that was a little bit more kind of about travelling large distances, but not the distances that you need to, you know, speed up your quantum drive and travel across the universe. So we've created this feature called Quantum Boost, which is available in the Quantum mode, and you can access it at any point. Yeah. So at any point you want to kind of boost towards your location that you're kind of looking at, but it's just too far away. And this boost is available for a limited amount of time, and it's purely on a
This is so dope. Right, so I wanted to show you guys this, right? This here, we're gonna save it there. Because obviously this will change. Again, I think this is just like temporary right now. I need to find, where is it? Would it be under... Have they done the last part of the video? Would it be under Community Hub reveal? No, it's only 4 minutes. Has CIG posted a video? Oh, that's under the category. Oh, I didn't know it would do that. That's what I need to click. Ooh, they've not revealed it. Do CIG do VODs? Star Citizen. Do they do VODs?
Never would have met outside of this community.
Nice.
In many of those connections, I know I was
and controls and the action queuing and things that.
Get rid of chat.
It'll be fine. So yeah, so thank you, Chris. Thank you, Rich, for taking the time to.
Comes.
We'll have the same.
Again, Jared says it'll be fine with the skill point stuff. We'll need to see. Before everyone freaks out about it, let's see exactly what they're going to do with it. Again, it might just be like the pooping and drinking stuff, very basic.
And I think that's where we want to. We've put our real focus.
And if it's very basic, then who the fuck cares, right? Where is that here? Is this it?
Old UI.
The need for speed segment, like.
So just to call out.
Yeah, this is it, guys, right?
Yeah,
that is the
So this, basically what they're doing is they said that they're going to be adding a new system, scanning system. And when I thought about it, I thought they were really memeing about it. But as I've had time to actually think about it, they're saying that they're going to have it where you're going to have a short range scan pulse that sort of detects if like players and entities around you. And then when they were saying a 1 million scan, a 1 million scan is going to be used where you use it in space. It's not going to work on atmosphere. I would imagine this is how it's going to fucking go. And what this is going to detect is like derelict sites out here. This reminds me of the EVE scanning system where you drop probes and you do all this stuff. So initially I thought they were memeing, but now that I think about it, you'll have short range scanner for atmosphere or local, and then you'll have deep scan, which basically pings out derelict sites and stuff like that. Large bodies, yeah, exactly. But in my head, when they said 1 million kilometer range, my idea was like if you're on Daymar and you did that scan, everything would appear. But I think it's going to be where you can only do it in certain areas, which makes it good. So now that they've got this, right? So you see here that, God, this is the only thing I hate about Twitch. So you see here that when they scan and they activate quantum boost, you see that here, I don't know if you can make it out, there's 2 markers. Now that marker is to warp to Crusader, because obviously again, you use quantum boost for short range celestial, and it's the main warp for that. And then you see the other marker there, which is the scan, the wee small one sort of over there. And you can see there that it's 13,027 kilometers away. And that's where you warp to it. So you're doing the quantum warping to it, little boost, and you fucking go.
So this is obviously just placeholder UI for the quantum boost.
And then you charge, and you can see there that that's the distance. And I would imagine this is your fuel gauge going down. Right, so the bottom is calibration. The blue one is distance, the light teal color is fuel, and the red one goes green or red depending if you're staying in the circle. So you want to go back to the green to actually arrive in it, like Super Cruise basically. And you've got to drive it basically. That's pretty dope, right?
You're gonna have to stay in the zone to keep it.
Yeah, you got to stay in the zone to control it. So it's like Super Cruise in Elite Dangerous. You've got a fuel gauge, but funnily enough, that small distance was not a huge amount of fuel. But you saw people actually had to fly. Pretty dope. This is huge. This is really huge. So again, when you do long distance warps, you probably won't have to fly in between it. It's only for short hops and stuff like this. We had this back in 2.6. No, we didn't really have Super Cruise. Zayman, we had the ability to dead space warp. This is super cruising. This is not just warping in any direction.
Well, basically,
you can't warp in any direction if anybody thinks this. You can't just look out into the dark space and warp. You can't do that. or it'll drain a huge amount of fuel to do so, because they're actually having to align to something to get a calibration mark.
It's the same as it's the styled Squadron UI that was from the UI you have in the PU.
Right.
So what you have in the PU is these generic version that Zane did. This was the one that we had, the style that we did for the Aegis style, but it was still based on the idea of all this information being present.
I will become blind. I think this is really good. It's really, really good in what they're doing.
So that's one of the
Again, let's
reasons
go
why we're not
back here because I don't want to
100 meters per second.
to actually see the warp, right?
Right-hand side.
So again,
But
you're going to
basically
quantum
we've done a scan, we've
drive,
got some
you activate your
quantum
quantum
drives
drive, you've got now the scan marker has a blip, or you go to the moon basically, right? You engage warp, and you see here, brown for calibration or when it's about to start, green is your aligned in the circle, teal is your fuel, blue is your distance. So you know when to pull out of it basically.
Boost over there.
And then you have to drive it. And whilst you see the green bar at the top, it starts to shrink and then go red because he moves out of this arc and then it goes red and it warns you, look, you need to come back in.
Went into,
Yeah, and this, by the
This
way,
is so cool. This is Super Cruise, but on a much smaller scale.
program or work in progress from Yogi on the
Really
quantum
fucking
boost,
cool, man. Really, really
mechanism,
cool.
because you're just gonna have to stay in the zone to keep him boost, otherwise you'll fall out of boost. But we've gone over
Yeah, you've got to stay in the zone or you'll fall out of boost, which means that you can be like
the planning.
picked up
So
or something
what
like
it's
that. I don't
allowing
know
you to
what they'll
is
do in the
sort of have
future.
that mid-level traversal and investigate.
And this is in the Odin solar system, so it's not like anything we've got. So we go back to basically what Yogi and the guys were showing is
And
here.
it's purely on travel across the universe. So we've created this feature called Quantum Boost.
So he's
which
aligned
is
to the
available in
boost.
Quantum mode, and you can access it at any point. So at any point you want to kind of boost towards your location that you're kind of looking at, but it's just too far away. And this boost is available for a limited amount of time.
See the fuel
and it's
going
purely
down?
on a straight line.
Just to give you like a
A straight line, yeah.
ballpark, quantum boost will allow you to go to a target fast if it's within, let's say, 50,000 kilometers.
50,000. So you can only do this to go. This is where I was saying with Invictus. You can only do this to go around the celestial object, right? But if I was to do celestial object to celestial object or main celestial object, you can't do that. You have to do normal warping for that. This is so
whereas you
cool.
will use quantum travel.
This
to
means
do
if somebody spams OMs, they're fucked. They'll run out of fuel. Or
very long
however
range
long
jumps
it takes to
between-
charge up,
between
basically.
planets. So quantum mode allows you to go very, very fast with up to like 1200, 1400 meters per second when you want to zip really fast over a planet. It also allows you to do quantum boost to quickly go between points of interest, which are rather close to you. And it allows you to travel long distances between planets and
This
large
is so
scale stellar
cool,
objects.
man.
But it comes at a cost. Your capacitor systems are non-functional because they interfere with the quantum bubble that is allowing you to go fast. You won't have shields. Your shields will collapse right away.
Which also means that if you're doing low flying, you're not, and you go over, you want to go faster than SEM, you're not going to have Afterburner recharging as fast, which is pretty dope as well.
And you will also not be able to use thruster boost. So basically, all your capacitor and combat-related systems are turned off instantly.
When you
Oh, okay. Well, that's a bit different than I thought.
So basically, all your capacitors won't. Anything that's firing outwards of your ship will disintegrate the quantum bubble.
Right.
Your countermeasures won't work, and you will also not be able to use thruster boost. So basically, all your capacitors.
Damn! Low flying at high speed without afterburner? The challenge is on.
and combat-related systems are turned off instantly.
When you switch between modes, there'll be a little period of time where everything has to spool up and change. So you will lose your shields during this. You won't have your weapons.
This won't
during
affect
this,
low
but you also
flying
won't be going
that
fast.
much. It just
So there's
means
a
that
risk-reward
people.
element when you need to switch modes.
So it's going to be a very kind of conscious choice of what mode you
Means
should
low
be in
flying is going to be
at any
so
particular
fucking
point. So if you
slow.
feel the
Like,
threat of another someone that's
but
close
I think
by, you're
because
not
of
quite
the
sure what their
control
intention
surfaces,
is,
it might make
maybe
it more
switch to standard
dangerous.
control mode and be safe. Or
It's not going to be glidey sand surfing low flying, but it's going to be slow.
you can switch into quantum
But
mode and escape. And this
harder
is
to
gonna
turn,
bring in
basically.
an element of danger and an element of risk.
Because going into the two different modes is like a systemic thing within the ship's items, we actually have the opportunity now to define ship roles that can block people from escaping, either using devices that suppress the quantum bubble or devices that can effectively interfere with your ability to transfer between the modes. For example, specific ships like interceptors can be tuned such that they have a higher standard control mode speed, so they're able to catch up with people. Or, for example, make the swap between the modes faster and more efficiently, so that they could catch up with you, go into standard control mode and attack you more effectively as per the properties of their ship versus another ship which might not be as good at doing something like that.
It's something that's fundamentally changed the gameplay experience for us. And this is why
but that's over SEM, Zayman. That's over SEM. So the arrows SEM is 240 on Daymar, for example. And it's so much lighter on Microtech. But, like I said, I think we're going to see SEM speeds increased. Because, you know, the new mode is getting SEM speeds, new SEM speeds. Yeah, so I'm kind of hoping that they maybe make it where, like, you can do other things, you know? And stuff like that.
Now, you know, and we're playing it every day in the studio, we're refining it, we're tweaking bits here and there. But we're at that stage now where we're tweaking and balancing. And we've got the core features, it's there in the game playable. And the difference it's made on the game for us is it's basically night and day.
Because the speeds have been limited in standard control mode, suddenly
I need to see it.
Fights are a lot closer.
I mean, we're looking at 90, 100 meters a second. It's a lot more engaging.
Afterburner strength has been reaching.
Feels faster. Again, it just might be where you just have to forget that
a lot more interesting maneuvering.
I wish they would move off
maneuvers that would be performed by your ship have a much
meters
more
per second and maybe make it miles per hour or something like that, but it wouldn't really work, yeah.
So similarly, things like capital ships effectively get a buff to their offensive capabilities with this change, because suddenly you can't orbit a capital ship.
Low flying master mode would be disgustingly hard, Bosa, because you would have no afterburner.
Much more effective at shooting you.
I'm down for fucking trying though.
Important and working as a group.
I guarantee I'll do it better than fucking Tirada or anyone else.
This is a really exciting change because it allows us to keep the combat speeds relatively low, where we know that the gameplay is better for that, while also keeping the point-to-point travel speeds as high as they should be for PU.
Playing with master modes in Squadron 42 has been a lot of fun, simply because it's changed the entire combat experience. Before, you'd find that you were fighting at a huge distance. Now you find that you're in really tight, close combat with the other players. I think the biggest part of this is going to be when we have the larger ships interacting with the smaller ships.
They should remove the aim assist. Of course they should.
Ships and smaller ships will have.
I'm pretty sure Yogi and the team already know to do that though. Because all this assisting has come in with just bad flight design in the past. And now that they've actually got a really good idea for flight design, yeah, they're gonna fucking change weapons in that time as well.
Ship roles in the way that we've always wanted, and to bring a lot more variety to the gameplay.
Did they build that just for
so it's been a really long journey,
or for a future ICS?
You've been part of this journey. You know, and we've tried many different things over the time to try and really.
You talking about the flight mode, or are you talking about?
Yeah, the reality is, from us, it came down.
See, this looks good, man. Like, no joke. This is 175 meters a second,
which is creating
and it actually feels faster than what 175 is right now, which is weird.
So with master modes, it really.
What do you think of it? Veshkan, this. I literally said all of this like 3 days ago. You can check my VODs. I literally told everyone that this was coming in so many words. So yeah. Of course I love it. Did they say when the stuff was coming? 4.0, which can be any time.
It helps define the player. It's about giving players. You know, when it always has assassin, which is
175. It's definitely feeling
faster. It's been a really long journey to when it always has assassin, which is
that 175 is feeling visually like a 300 meters a second push. So it's gonna be good, man.
Choices have consequences. You know, so with master modes, it really helps define.
Ganking is going to be so planned, no more one... Well, did you see the stuff on engineering, Veshkan? When it comes to the Hammerhead. And all these ships. You're not going to have one person in a Hammerhead, if that's what you're saying. 1v Hammerhead. Or you're talking about one fighter fight a Hammerhead or something like that. It's the same with Eclipses. Eclipses can no longer go fast when they engage. They've got to go SEM speed to fire a torp and then go fast and hope for the best.
The player choice in the game. So
again, as I've advertised it to people, it's called consequences. And that's all it is. You want to fight somebody, you have to sacrifice your running ability to fight. If you want to run, you don't stop. You just keep fucking running.
Choosing to travel from A to B in quantum. They're choosing to QT boost somewhere.
Exactly. He's just advertised it here. You have to make the choices. And this is the biggest thing that Star Citizen backers don't do right now, is they don't make choices. They just
giving players that freedom within the universe we have is just... Like,
after they've engaged you. So if a bounty hunter comes after me and shoots me, they can just run away. It's not going to be the case.
Choosing to QT boost somewhere. Just giving players that freedom.
This is beautiful, man.
It's just... Like, it's a really magical thing, and we try many times to control that.
Yeah, exactly, Kinka.
You know, as designers to try and get a specific
And it means that Hornets and Sabres and fucking Buccaneers are back on the market, because it also means that they are going to be able to deal with the non... Have you seen that you can't tricord multiple times, Veshkan? Did you see that part in the thing? I can't wait to see all those sweaty motherfuckers who require tricording to win. Here. Where's it here? Yeah. This part here with the 300i.
Because...
You got super fast movement going forward. So they're on some planet just now. It might be Daymar, it might not be. So the... What are we in? We're in the...
Interesting for specifically the boost space is interesting for...
Fuck. I can't see it fast enough.
And you should use it carefully.
Specifically, the boost space is interesting for...
So they're in a 300i, managed to catch it. So when you tricord, obviously, Veshkan, you're moving and then you can instantly do the movement back like this. They've added a dampening field. So up and down strafes are exactly the same speeds in this new system. So there's no more high up strafing. There's only going forward fast, very slow going backwards for braking, and hardly any speed going back and reverse thrusting, and left and right will most likely be the same as going forward. But they're adding a dampening effect, so if you upstrafe, it's going to take you ages to be able to counter that and start to slow down. So you can tricord to dodge, but you can't multiple tricord dodge. You have to wait for the dampening effect.
The boost space is not spheric as it was before. You can boost the fastest if you're going forward on a straight line, and you have a lot of debuffs when you're trying to...
A lot of debuffs when you're trying to slow down. So you can tricord once, but then you have to fight the debuffs to come around again.
Backwards. That alone gets us a lot of interesting maneuvering space, and
so you're dampened to fuck, which is amazing. You play like that? Well, a lot of people tricord to fucking move their pips and stuff, you know? I tricord your right and aim. Dude, a lot of people tricord like fucking crazy, dude. Yeah, but I'm talking about other people. Yeah, well, there's a lot of people that will tricord. You know what I mean? That's all they fucking know how to do in PvP. You tricord and chill. That's fine. You'll absolutely kill it then. Because the idea is that you're not going to be able to fast turn like you can right now. So you tricord to basically dodge, and then you've got to counter it, wait for the dampening field to wear off, and then tricord again. So you're basically just using it as a dodge. You know how like in some games you press spacebar to dodge? That's all this mode allows you to do. So all the people that require to fucking do this fucking movement can't do it anymore. So you can't go up strafe fast, flip over, up strafe, cut. I don't know if you know the terminology, cutting, but basically doing this shit. Or like 180 and cutting, you know? You can't do that anymore. You actually have to dogfight. So again, as I advertise it, into the fucking merge, vertical or horizontal, even in space, that's how you're going to have to play it. No more fucking high turning around and shooting at people. You actually have to dogfight,
so to speak.
Importantly, you don't have your
fly somebody instead of out-aim somebody.
The idea is that quantum is restrained.
No more pip scuffing either with it.
The second mode is quantum control mode, or QCM or QM. What this mode does is it unlocks your maximum velocity that your ship can reach. So when you were
assassin, which is creating choice for that.
We finally have it. So we're now nailing down the space combat experience.
Tackle, this is going to be so good.
Specifically for Squadron 42.
Again, this leaves 6 DOF fighting in a free DOF environment. You'll still be able to strafe. You're still going to be able to strafe up, down. But the choice is you need to learn how to push and pull a lot better. So when you're pushing to go into a turn, then you light it off and you have to drift a bit more to turn and merge, holding it a lot better angles, especially in space. But obviously you still have the ability to do 6 DOF fucking movement. It's going to be really, really good. Especially if you're somebody that plays like War Thunder, DCS World, Flight Simulator, you'll sort of have a bit more of an understanding of how you have to fly. Hey, MongoFest, welcome back, Chief. You know? But the difference is you just can't do Gundam-style fucking flying anymore, and that's really, really good for the game. It means that you have to be tactically advanced in your mentality on how to people. Instead of just dodging and fucking aiming and stuff like that. Not gonna lie, I was 100% opposed to a cruise mode change like old 2-time stuff. Yeah, because they've made it better, Gallifear. They've made it where everything's disabled. So it's only a I need to go fast mode, but I can't even afterburn. That's the crazy thing, right? What people are not going to understand is when you're engaged, right? Say, for example, I'm chasing after you and you're engaged by me and you go, fuck, I need to get away. I'm going to engage quantum. You're not got any boost. So you drop your shields, you drop your countermeasures, and you can't use afterburner and you have to go up to a certain speed, which means that I'm right behind you and I just go, engine target, 1500 meters a second missiles, take your engines out or take your quantum drive out if they let you target, and you're like, fuck. So you actually have to navigate away from a target. So you're going to have to dogfight, guys. Because again, if you look at modern day fighting, if somebody goes into a dogfight, somebody normally fucking dies. Because you just don't go, all right, we're dogfighting here. Let me just fucking travel 2,000 meters a second away from you and fucking escape. You can't do that. You have to take them in to canyons or whatever, asteroid field, and try and lose them around the asteroid field to break away long enough for you to go fucking off ski, you know? I will disengage by running to my escape pod. This is so good. It's so good because again, it's not going to the patch 2 times cruise mode, which literally gave you the ability to keep your shields, countermeasures, go super fast. You have to literally lose your opponent, get enough space to engage it, whilst they have to engage at the same time. If they want to keep up with you, they also have to disengage their weapon systems at the same time. Which means that it becomes whoever's fucking smart enough can outplay. Instead of it being chase a pip, fucking backstrafe, tricore, G fucking cheesiness, gameplay that we have right now, you're just going to have to fucking use this. That's it. Which means somebody like me, who strategizes more than other people, because again, you don't ever see me go into combat just fucking ballsing away. You see me go off to the side, watch what they're doing, fire off weapons and stuff. This is just, again, what dogfighting is about. Dogfighting is not about how good your aim is. It's about out-strategizing somebody. And especially in multiple combat fighting, this is going to be so good, because it means that when you go into a fight, you're going to be able to wreck people that can't fly. Absolutely wreck them again. So we get back to the part where one person's a great pilot will be able to deal with 5 people no problem. Because you'll be striking them with missiles, countermeasuring, dodging, going into an engagement circle and doing all these sort of things. You're not just going to be able to go into a fight and then just start fucking going hyperspeed to warp away again. Everything's going to have an idea on it. It's really, really dope. Watching battles from far away will look better with close combat. Exactly. Nobody wants to see people fucking shooting it. Like, this is where, again, you'll see weapons lower in range, because CIG won't need them anymore for this.
Experience at some point, but we always end up coming back to the fact, let's just...
Kind of drunk, I'll lurk in a bit. I'm going to be heading off soon, because it's 11 o'clock at night, and I'm back on tomorrow within like 12 hours. So.
We finally have it. So we're now nailing down the space combat experience for Star Citizen, specifically for Squadron 42. We know from internal playtest that the master mode stuff works. We know that it works with our flight retunings, and it's very exciting. It will yet take a while to ship this to the PU because the amount of ships
it depends on, again, CIG are balancing flight. We'll now move into balancing weapons. So we might see it where flight and weapons are balanced at the same time.
Hard problem
because you can't go into this with the current weapon system that we've got in the game. The ranges don't make sense. They don't make sense. 1400 meters fucking repeater doesn't work in this flight mode. And again, all you have to do is go and fight in Hurston, and when you dogfight in Hurston, you'll see that literally as you're trying to outmaneuver somebody, you're getting beamed whilst they're going slow mode. So I can pretty much guarantee you that it'll go from 1400 to about 750 on the range.
And we can't wait to get it in your hands.
So thanks a lot for listening to us
So
today.
you'll be concentrating more about going into a merge to get behind somebody than you will be shooting as you engage. Or approach somebody. It's really cool, actually. Really, really cool. Also, here's another factor. If somebody actually fucks up the approach, and you're already out, or you're in combat speed, right, or SAM speed, and they approach you and they cut it too late, you can engage them with their shields down. Awesome. Be so good, man. Will this end the dogfighting 890s? Yes, it will, dude. It will. It will definitely make it where you stop doing these bullshit things. Yeah, I think they'll probably go that way, to be honest, dude. That was dope. Yeah, I might get a wee cheeky upgrade. Because I got like a... I can't show you guys just now, but I'll probably move into getting a wee A1. Just for shits and giggles. So what did I miss? Twitch having a fuckery today. To be honest. Twitch was pretty fuckery. Not gonna lie. But yeah. It's been a good day. It's been a good day. I have enjoyed this massively. And all that stuff. Oof. But yeah, time for bed, guys. Time for bed. I'll go over the stuff again tomorrow if anybody needs. But all I can say is it's one of the best stuff, right? Definitely one of the best stuff. Anyway, I'm not gonna raid. I'm gonna just literally fucking head off. However, I would suggest you guys. Also, what the fuck is wrong with my chat? What the actual fuck is going wrong with that? That doesn't look good. Give me 2 seconds. Pressure that. Oh, it's fucked. It's fucked from all the resetting and stuff. Oof. Oh well. Yes. Also, did I turn? Holy shit! I've not realized that my volume was so fucking scuffed. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed tonight's show. I'm sorry it's gonna be like 4 fucking spammage parts to this CitizenCon thing, but I couldn't help it. It's just Twitch doing their nonsense and all that good stuff. But I will be back on tomorrow. Obviously, we'll unwind from CitizenCon. We'll discuss things. Again, for me, it's mainly the the fucking flight is just absolutely fucking baller, man. Amazing stuff. But yeah, thank you very much for being here, guys. And I will see you tomorrow. Take care. I didn't get drunk, which I'm a little bit disappointed in, but you know what I mean? Wasn't planning to and stuff. So worth a watch? I would say watch the videos and stuff like that. Don't watch it all. The flight is probably the best stuff. So I would say power, flight, the video on Lorville upgrade and the bunker stuff is really cool, I think. They're probably the 4 to watch, I would say. And stuff like that. But yeah, anyway guys, catch you later. I will see you. Appreciate all the love. I don't think any of these are going to work. Yeah, chat for some reason is absolutely scuffed after all the reruns. But thank you so much to all the subs today, guys. I appreciate everyone dropping it hard like motherfuckers. We're up to 300 and something subs again, so appreciate it. It's going to crash eventually, but let's keep the train going. Solid Boss, thank you very much for being here. KOB, Wilberg, Bradders, Miss Cell, Mongofisk, Glitch, Zayman, Tough, appreciate you all for being here. Have a wonderful night. Boza, everyone that I've missed, good night. Take care. All the good stuff. Thank you. See you tomorrow morning. As we move into what? Day 144. Woo! Spicy. Take care, guys.